Yo.
You are now listening to the smoking section.
Oh yeah.
Where you'll find hot topics.
Inspire conversation.
Keep it locked.
You hear me?
Bro, yo, I still want to do that next collab though.
Yeah, yes.
I had so much shit come up. Like, bro, somebody fucking got into my bank account and took my money out of my bank account, and from an ATM, and I still had my debit card in my pocket.
How did they manage that?
Bro, the lady that I was talking to on the phone, she was like, "Oh, like I don't want to say this is what it was, but there's a lot of Facebook or like a lot of credit card scammers, and they have like some machine to make fake cards and da 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 da." And I'm about to go on a trip to Texas, and they swiped my money right before. Luckily, they put it back in my account yesterday, which was a blessing. But they wanted me to like jump through hoops and shit. I'm like, I'm the one who fucking got my money took. What do you mean? You want me to fax you a copy of my fucking driver's license? How the fuck you want me to do that? I don't have a fax machine in my crib.
Making them sound like credit card scammers. Like, I need your social security number, sir.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
but what's been good, man?
Matter of fact, Oxnard had a spot where they have the little card fucking readers, dude, where they can like strap it to the machine, and then I guess when you swipe it, it like saves your data on there.
Yeah.
So I guess they had one of those.
My boy was even telling me that they have like ones that fit in your pocket, and you could just like go up to somebody's wallet real quick and like scan it, and it pulls all their information.
Yeah, they have ones that are like pocket size. Like, dude, even the ones that they strap to the machines, they're only yay big, dude. They're not too big.
There's some scammers, bro.
Yeah, what you got going on in Texas, man? You take a little family trip, or you got?
Nah. I got a boy, my boy of like 15 plus years, bro. He lives out there, so we're just gonna go visit him. He's almost out the military, so just gonna go visit him and relax, dude. I just need to get the fuck away from San Diego, and at being a dad and shit, sometimes you just gotta take some time for yourself, man. That shit's important.
Yeah, you gotta make time. You gotta make time for yourself, like especially trying to be a good dad. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we just had a whole conversation about that on my stream the other day about what up, Trav? About like men not getting the recognition that we need sometimes. And bro, that it was like a long ass conversation, but it's like we don't have to ask. Like I know you're a good dad. You don't need to hear me say that you're a good dad because you're a good dad. But sometimes it just feels nice. You know what I mean? Like think about the way I could spit it to you is like think about when you're at a session, right? You're getting off. You're getting off, but that hype, like it just takes you to the next level sometimes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So sometimes just a simple ass compliment could just, that's all you needed. And, having a shitty day or whatever, somebody's like, oh, you're a good dad or you're a good guy or whatever the fucking case may be. It just takes you to that next level. What up, Jordan?
Even when people are like, oh, you did good. Even like, I don't know. I'd be like, yo, thank you. Like, thank you for real. Like, some people are just like, oh, yeah. Like, it's like, no, I'd be like, oh, thank you. Like, I appreciate
oh, yeah, you're never going to tell somebody like, thanks. I'm a good dad. I know.
Yeah,
no.
Like, but it's like, it does feel good, like, to have somebody just affirm that with you sometimes. Cause we go long times. Like, and I don't know why too, like for people, matter of fact, it's funny. Cause I was having a talk about this where it's like, I don't know where people got into this idea like men are supposed, like we're the ones to work, right? Like a stay-at-home dad is like a fucking, like that's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? To social standards, that's weird.
That's me right now, bro. When I tell people that I hang out with my son 6 days a week and I play video games to make my money, people are like, the fuck? What do you mean? Like, but they don't know my background, you know what I mean? They don't know like 10 plus years in the car business, making buku bucks, like this to me is fucking struggling. You know what I mean? But no, we were talking about that the other day too, about how like it was like the men role, right? It all came down from like etiquette and like what you're supposed to do as a man, and where the fuck did that come from? You know what I mean? Like, no, well, I mean, but it's not a bad thing because, like, I feel good doing those things. Like, I was just telling this story about how excuse me, I went to I was with my mom, and she wanted me to go in the store to get her something, and I was walking in. There was this older lady, and I opened the door for her, and she said to me, "Your mother raised you right." Yeah. So here was the two things that came from that comment that I made was, one, why did the lady automatically think that my mother taught me that? And two, when did those standards start going away? You know what I mean? Like, because to me, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's how I'm teaching my son to be. But when did those standards start going away? And do people not live like that anymore? Because I think it's proper to open the door for anybody, you know, like whether it's a man or a woman, because that's just manners.
I think it's also a part of that whole chivalry's dead, and I think that's also a chivalrous act. Now, there's also, I know, like, dude, like, I guess there's places now that you'll get in trouble, like, as a security guard, if you hold a door open for a lady, but you don't hold it open for a man, right? Or you're holding it, like, or vice versa. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is a gender, like, neutrality type of thing taking place with it, where it's like, yo, why are you holding it open for a woman? You should hold it open for a man too. Or why are you doing this for a man? You should do this for a woman too. Like, it's kind of like, well, dude, I don't know. I was just taught to hold the door open for a woman.
Yep.
And you shake a man, when you shake a man's hand, you look at him in the eyes, you know.
Yeah.
And like simple, like certain etiquettes. Yeah. And I don't know where, because now, you know, guys are doing business deals and like dapping each other up, like, you know, not like shaking hands.
Bro, I just came from the barber right now, and yeah, I get his COVID restrictions or anything, but I was like, you know, my barber's name is Joe. I was like, Joe, you hook me up every time, bro. And I like went to shake his hand, but he went like this. I mean, it might be COVID restrictions, but I was like, nah, like I'm gonna fucking shake your hand. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, like that's the shaking the hand thing is huge to me, bro. Especially like when I would have people come into my office, or I would interview somebody or anything like that. A lot of my shit was based off of how the fuck they shook my hand. You know what I mean? Like you could tell somebody's demeanor and how they're gonna work and what, you know, shit like that by eye contact and how they shake your hand, bro. Like that's always body language is fucking key. And doing those types of things, like opening a door for somebody, or you know, even the way you move your hands towards some shit like that, like to me, that is etiquette. Like looking somebody in the eyes when you're talking to them, or fucking shaking somebody's hand properly is fucking etiquette, bro.
Yeah, I think it's only proper manners, and it's also, there is now becoming a thing, I think also with kids, where it's like, I know in our era too, like even coming up in school, like a lot of kids are like, you know, you're not my parents, you can't tell me what to do, like type of feeling. And it's like that disrespect to authority, bro. Like it just breeds mad shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like next thing, you don't even have, if you can't have respect for authorities, like what makes you think that you're going to have respect for your peers?
Bro.
For the people that you
Facts.
have no reason to care for what they have to say or what they do. Like what makes, like what, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to take a second though and say what up to my dude Jordan. Right?
Yeah, Jordan.
My boy from the NY. Listen, like people who do not know, like this is his name. Follow him on Facebook, wherever he's at. Please go add him, show him love. I've known this guy since I was in elementary school, right? And we have been friends since day one, and we have kept in touch. I moved 3,000 some odd miles away, and he's always kept up with me, always checked in, always tapped in. Even tapped in with my man Save over here too, and supported the gaming, and is a consistent supporter of that as well.
Bro, this man supports more than the gaming. Let me tell you, this man checks up on me often. This man, bro, he'll like. I got into fish tanks recently, but this man like literally sent me a fish tank video, and I was like, "Yo, how the fuck did you know that I liked fish tanks?" And he was like, "You said it on your stream once," and I was like, "What?" Yeah, Jordan is the real deal, bro. This man, I have so much respect for him, and I keep up with each other outside of the stream too, man. So I definitely consider him a friend. And he's good people, man. And especially coming from, you know, from your side of the friendship, I knew he was going to be good people. You know what I mean? Like there's been nobody that Putch has been like, yo, this is my friend right here. And I've met up with them and they've never done me bad.
Yeah, dude. And I guess disclaimer, I guess I said NY right now. I'm a little high. NC, North Carolina. I'm sorry. But dude, and in the great state of North Carolina, they have a thing saying, like, when you're from, like, if you have a good family, they say you're from good stock. Like, that person is from good stock.
Yeah.
And he's definitely, like, his dad used to coach our little league football team, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, you know what I'm saying? Man comes from good stock, bro. Got a good dad, got good peoples, bro. Good peoples. So definitely shout out my man Jordan, dude. Much love, bro. Much love.
Yeah, Jordan's another one that I respect him a lot being in my community because, like, what we do in this community is, like, we go out and you show other smaller streamers love too, Mm-hmm. And I will see this man in 2-3 other streams when I'm in there off my stream, like during the day, just seeing what's going on. And sometimes I'll like pop into a stream and not even make my, my presence known, just to kind of see who's in there and just lurk around. But he's one of them, bro. He's like I said, Sly and him, they're always in other people's chats showing love, man. And I like that a lot because it just shows good character, but it also shows the type of people that we have in the community over here. And it's good, bro. It's always good, man.
How has that been building that community up and like kind of diving into that?
Bro, it has been probably one of the craziest things I've ever done. Because the hardest thing I would say about streaming is like being consistent, first of all, but especially during the pandemic and like right when like Fortnite got really big and all these big, all these streamers started making $1 million deals and contracts and all this shit, like everybody wanted to do it, everybody. And I remember being one of those people, bro. I remember sitting in my apartment and I was telling my brother and this other dude that I used to play, I was like, man, I want to do this. Like, I want to stream. I want to make YouTube videos and shit like that. But I thought all it was like getting a camera, getting a mic, and playing fucking video games. Bro, there's been days when I'll like go back and watch my videos and I was like, damn, I was too quiet right there, or I wasn't engaging enough. Like, people don't realize that it is actually work, bro. Like you actually have to be entertaining. But on top of that is like you also have to have something different. Like, why should somebody watch you instead of watching somebody else? That to me, I would say, is the hardest thing. But luckily for me, what up, James? Luckily for me, I have a solid ass community, and building that was really, really hard. Because I've seen a lot of people come and go in this community. Like, I've seen a lot of people pop up. I just had like somebody saying some racial ass fucking slurs in my chat the other day. Like, the first time I've been on Facebook. I've been streaming for 2 years, but I've been on Facebook for a year now. And that was the first time that's ever happened to me. And I went back and I watched it and I was like, did I handle this the right way? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot, bro. But I think the
shit, I'll tell you,
bro, it was ridiculous. Let me tell you. But I think the main thing that I focus on, because I know like I'm not gonna be a fucking millionaire from this. I know that, but I've been like reading and listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff that talk about what actual success is. And how you measure success, because a lot of people feel like you measure success within like a monetary value and shit like that, or financial freedom. But to me, like, I look at the guy, 3 years ago that said he wanted to do this, and now I'm sitting here and I don't care if I have 2 people in here or fucking 100 people in here. Like, my main goal is to make sure, one, everybody knows that I'm paying attention to them as well as whatever the fuck I'm doing on this screen. And 2, like, the love thing, bro. Like, I want to give love to every single person that comes into my stream every single time, whether they're just leaving a like, whether they're commenting, whether they're donating money, whatever the case may be. Like, that to me is what I would say sets me apart from other streamers. And I watch a lot of streamers that do that too. It's just, I bring a little bit of comedy to it when I play video games. You know what I mean? Because I'm a fucking loud ass motherfucker. You're
really engaging, dude. When I watch your videos and I see you, like, it's dude, like in the beginning too. Like, did you do dances when people give you stars and it'd just be like all this stuff? Like, it would be all kinds of shit, bro. And I was like, he's gonna be really good at this, like, because that's the type of shit that people want. Yeah. When, like you're saying, like, what separates you from homie over here, And
yeah.
Are you entertaining? You know, are you helpful to what they're looking for? Are you inspiring them? You know, like I always think about that acronym, the think one. Are you
From
being
Cos,
thoughtful, helpful, inspiring, necessary, or kind?
bro. That people that don't like people that don't know that acronym should learn it and should live by it because it that is helpful in any sense. You know what I mean? Like even if you're going through the hardest shit that you've ever gone through in your life, what do you have to do? You have to think about your next move. So what are like is whatever your next move gonna be, is it gonna be thoughtful? Are you helpful? Whether it's helpful towards yourself or helpful towards somebody else, are you inspiring somebody? Are you inspiring yourself? Is it necessary? Is this next step that you're gonna take necessary? And are you doing it with kindness, bro? Like I will always say this, he doesn't even know this, but he's been my biggest fucking mentor of all time. Because this is a story. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but when he hired me as a finance manager at Acura, it was me by myself, nobody, bro. And I worked 92 days straight with no fucking days off. And I remember we weren't getting any, like, it was brand new, bro. 3 months in, we weren't getting any money back from the bank. No money. I think I had like $1.6 million on the books waiting, like, out in the bank that we didn't get paid. And I was fucking freaking out. The first time I've ever done this, I got over $1 million waiting that the dealership hasn't got paid yet. What am I doing? And he sat me down in his office and he looked at me and I was almost in tears, bro. I thought I was about to get fired. And he looked at me. He was like, "Can you do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can do this." And he was like, "Okay, because I'm really, really mad right now that we don't have this money. Because how are we going to do payroll? How are we going to pay all these salespeople? Blah, 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 blah." But then he told me this. It's okay. Nobody's dead. Nobody's bleeding. And we can figure it out. And ever since that day, I was like, bro, the whole life of everybody in this dealership, all their paychecks and all this shit is sitting on my shoulders. And all you have to say to me is nobody's dead and nobody's bleeding. We're going to get it figured out. Like, and I'm fucking, I was like 22 years old, 23 years old, bro. And then, like, just listening to him riding on the beach and just, like, he was just a loving person and he talked to everybody with love. And learning that from him, bro, I've lived my life that way ever since I met him. And I'm very grateful because the world needs that. You know what I mean? The world needs fucking love. The world needs good people. And you can't sit around and wait for the good people to come to you. You got to be that fucking good person. But the thing is, hold on, let me read all these likes real quick. Yo, Bobby with the like, Chris with the like, Dirty Joe Game with the like, Genevieve with the like. Thank you guys for the raid. Cherry, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. What up, James? Just real quick for everybody that just tuned in. Normally we would be playing video games right now, but this man right here means a lot to me. This is his podcast. This is Corpse. This is my boy right here. So check him out. Check out Corpse Collection. This man has been grinding, working hard, and I appreciate him for having me on his podcast today. So if you guys don't mind sticking around and listening, that'd be great. If you guys are going to watch some people play Warzone, that's fine too. But I just want to let you guys know what's going on. But Cherry, thank you for the raid. I appreciate that.
Dude, speaking of which, though, like, I mean, being like, see, that's where I remember. That's what's crazy, where people kind of get to hop in on this, but then I can kind of like really touch on it, bro. Like, you really did work a lot, bro. I worked a lot. Like, I remember working at the fucking car dealership, dude. And I mean, just rewind the fucking clock back, 6 years, and it's like, did I really see us being dads by 30? Like, did I see that? I didn't really see it. Like, you know what I mean? But
bro,
here we go, and did I see you gaming? No, I did not, because you were making a lot of fucking money where you were at, and so people understand what you're doing, right? This man, he's given up a lot to have that financial stability like that, and to step out onto something like that's crazy, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful for you, dude, because watching you do this makes me be like, fuck. I see you stream. I'm like, damn, dude, I need to record a podcast. Like, because if he's streaming right now, like, what am I doing?
Yeah. That's why I did that too, bro.
I'll drop in, comment, share it, and it's like, all right, I need to go do something now.
Bro, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. That means a lot. And I was the same way, you know. And at first, I was putting in crazy hours, man. I was like streaming for 6 to 8 hours a day, but I realized that that's not how I want to do it. And like I said, back to like what success means to other people. Like me being successful, what it means to me, like right now I feel successful. Like once I hit 1,000 followers, I'll feel even more successful because that's the goal right now. But bro, I get to see my son 6 days a week. I get to come home to my house and sit in this game room and fucking put on this camera and just fucking play video games. And I have a great community that comes in and watches and shows love. I mean, people are dropping stars, people are rating, people are commenting, and like people are sitting here listening. Never in my life did I think that people will want to listen to me. Mm-hmm. So that alone to me is successful because I remember being 18, like from the time I was 18 to the time I was like 23 or 24, I always said, I want to be a motivational speaker. When I was at the dealership, man, training people was my shit. I love training people because it was me being able to give a piece of knowledge to somebody that they didn't know how to use and then them being able to use it however the fuck they wanted to. And that to me is artistic as fuck and it's beautiful. So I was like, I want to be a fucking motivational speaker. But the issue was I had no success story. At that time, I thought I had no success story. You know, I was just some punk ass Mexican kid that grew up in El Cajon, washed dishes for a fucking living. And then I fucking, wound up making 6 figures in the car business and worked my way. But when I tell that to other people, they're like, what do you mean? That is fucking success. Like you were successful. You washed dishes and then you were making 6 figures and you were a fucking finance manager by the age of 23. Like that's successful. And then I'm like, to me, that's not. I wasn't happy. I was working fucking full time. I never got to see my friends. I never got to see my family. Think about it. When we would go to sessions, there was times that we would have to wait till like 11:30 at night because I was still at work finishing up a deal. And then you would pick me up and we would drive to LA. Yeah. You know, like that. I wasn't happy. I was happy because I had money, but then I realized, especially after I had my son, I never got to see him. By the time I got home, he was sleeping. Mm-hmm. And then I was okay with missing his birthday party because I had to go in and work. Like, no, now I get to see the little dude 6 days a week and I get to come home, put a camera on and play video games and people want to watch. People genuinely bro, I've had people that put me up on their TVs and their kids watch me. I have people whose wives fucking know who I am. I have people that listen to me while they're at work and don't even watch the game. They just listen because they think that the shit that we talk about is fun. Like that to me, like I am successful. I'm happy. Like I'm genuinely a happy person right now because of that, because I'm doing what I want to do. I get to see my fucking beautiful son 6 days a fucking week and take a day off for myself. Mm-hmm. And I have people that actually care about these people don't know anything. All they see is this part of me and only know about what I put on the internet. But there's people that reach out to me and talk to me like through Messenger or whatever. And they're like, yo, are you going to stream tonight? Or yo, this, or yo, that, yo, this. Like that to me, I am successful, bro. I can't put it any other way. Like if I stay at 830 followers for another year, I'm not going to stop doing this because there's those handful of people that still want to be here watching. And that's what matters to me. I mean, think about it like this. Think about your merch, right? If only Crumpers wore your clothes, you'd be okay with that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we want more, right? Like that's why I was, when you and I did that shirt together, I was like, okay, I could make a shirt by myself and sell it and people would know about it. But it was like, okay, wait, I got a boy who's already successful in this. I got a boy whose artist is fucking amazing because he did a fucking great. I mean, I wouldn't have it tattooed if I didn't love it. But it was about sharing, right? It was about me coming into your world, you coming into my world, and then like let's expand. And now, bro, I promise you, because of that drop, there's people that come on my stream that have the Pikachu and Raichu shirt. There's people that have the fucking original Corpse logo shirt. Bro, people ask me about my hats all the time. Even when I'm fucking walking around the mall, they're like, "Yo, where'd you get your hat at?" And I'm like, "Oh, these are discontinued. You can't even have them anymore because I can't even get them anymore." You know what I mean? Like, yeah, even Bobby in chat said he's got the merch. You know, so it's dope. And I've been in Bobby's chat, seeing him wear the shirt, and I'm like, that's fucking love. You know, like, but it's not only love to me; it's love to both of us. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean about like loving and sharing but being genuine about it. Look, Chris just said he's got the Mew shirt. Bro, I'm telling you, like, it's like you have to hone in on love. Like that is, like Cos would always say, not kissing, loving, like that kind of love, but just being good to people no matter what. Like, even if somebody wants to be hateful, like they're just missing that part of their life. And how do we show it to them? We can't hate.
I think it's funny too, because you see like, you know, on and anybody who's a part of the creator, you know, community, but even people who aren't, like, they see the messages, they see the comments. Oh, would love to collaborate. DM me now. You know, would love. And we're over here talking about, like, yo, this is my boy. We're going to collab. But I don't think that people understand, like, yo, you are really my boy. Like, I really
Bro, and I drove up 3 hours for the photo shoot. Like, we could have just said, oh, fucking no photo shoot, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to kick it with you, and I wanted to do the photo shoot with you. You know what I mean?
You know me? And then fucking.
And the love part about that was when we did the photo shoot, you didn't even want to be in it. You were like, nah, bro, this is all you. You handle it. And I was like, fuck no. You better get in these damn pictures, motherfucker.
I was like, shit, you know, my boy, get your shot, get your gleam on. Like, you know what I'm saying? God damn it. Dude, I feel that is, you know, it's really good to hear you say that, though. Like, but I feel like that is it needs to be the new standard of how people start living their lives, dude. Like,
it won't though.
Yeah, like, but it's like we're teaching kids, you know, go to school, get an education, get a good paying job, and you're going to be happy, you'll be set. Where a lot of that may be true, you know, like, are you happy? Are you really set? Like, you know what I mean? Like, with the 6-figure job, are you, you know, spending, you know, a half of it on vacations and cocaine, or are you actually putting it where it needs to be? Like, you know what I mean? Or are you, what are you doing? You know, is this life bringing you torment in your marriage? Like, is this money bringing you closer to your kids, or is it actually pushing you further away from them?
Yeah.
You know, like, well, what is it doing? You know? So,
well, I mean, we're taught that though, right? Like, that's how when we went back to like the etiquette part, like, we're also taught that as we grow up, you know, like, go to school, get a good job, you know, have a nice house, blah, 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 blah. But money breeds all that, you know. And I was watching the Mayweather post conference from after he fought Logan Paul, and he said, which the old me would have agreed with him 100%, but he said, I know that we need food to be alive, and I know that I need money to buy food. So money is it. Like, to me, I'm like, yeah, like, if that's how you want to live your life and that's how you measure success, of course, that's not wrong, but that's not how I want to measure my success, because I've been there, bro, partying in fucking Vegas every weekend or every month, you know, like, and blowing all my money in Vegas and doing this shit. Like, yeah, I had fun during that time, sure, but where is it all now? What am I doing now? I mean, granted, I could have probably saved that money. I had a big house, but then my mortgage would be fucking nuts, and the pandemic hit, and then what? Then I'm fucked. You know, like, at the end of the day, I want to, like, I die and I'm in my casket or on my deathbed. Like, I want my friends and family to be like, yo, this dude was fucking happy. Like, he loved what he did, and he did a good job. Like, there was a time that there was things that I love about the car business, negotiating with people, talking with people, meeting new people, blah, 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 blah. But did I like having to stay at the dealership from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. or fucking, you know, getting yelled at by a manager or you know, like, missing birthday parties? Like I said, fuck no, I wasn't fucking happy. I wasn't happy at all, man. So, you know, I guess the one thing that I always take away from, especially when I get off stream and I lay down, I'm always like, was I myself? Was I engaging enough? Did other people enjoy it? And then sometimes the hard part is like seeing like 1 viewer or 0 viewers towards the end of the stream, and you're like, what did I do that was boring? Or what did I do that wasn't engaging enough? But you can't beat yourself up about that, bro, because, you know, now it's always a numbers game, blah, 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 but did that one person have fun? Mm-hmm. That's what I think about now. Did that one person enjoy themselves the whole time they were there? Because people always say, right, like if you touch one person's life, then you did what you were supposed to do in your life.
Trip out on this. So even with the whole streaming, when I do my lives, bro, I get 1 view, whatever, dude. My posted on Anchor get 50, right? Get 100, get my 1,000 in, whatever, right? All I ever think of, dude, nowadays is whoever it was that took 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of their day, I need to double down. I need to double down on them and continue for them, because in 30, you can do a lot of damage in 30 minutes. Not
a lot, bro.
To yourself and to other people.
Shit, bro. We did our damage in 2, bro. Look at our kids. No, I'm just
quick, in life, if I can just take your attention for 30 minutes and put it on something funny, I'm gonna talk here with my buddies and talk my shit, or talk some stuff I've been thinking about, or some whatever, I see the joy in it, man. It's been fun. It's hard though, huh, bro? It's hard keeping it consistent.
Bro, there's times where I've been like, I don't even want to do this anymore. There's been times where I've had 0 viewers for a 4-hour stream, and I'm like, for what? You know what I mean? Like, why do I want to keep doing this? Why do I put my life out on the internet? But then I'm like, I remember it because this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said, regardless if I have 2 viewers or 100, my main purpose is just to be exactly the same. Always have fun, I always at the end of my streams, bro, the way I close out every single one of my streams is stay healthy, stay happy, keep smiling, and I love you. That's what that's my motto, I guess you could say, but that's what I want. I want people to remember that. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't only mean stay healthy by like fucking eating salads and fucking, like eating right and going to the gym and shit, but your mental has to be happy too. You know what I mean? That's huge, because if this isn't happy, the rest of your body is shit.
Mm-hmm. How's yours been?
Great, bro. I mean, it has its ups and downs always, always, but I try and I'm just trying to have the different outlook on life that I can, and I'm breathing. I'm here. I'm alive. I have an opportunity to do what I want to do. So what do I have to be down about? You know what I mean?
I think definitely during a lot of COVID, right? I feel like a lot of us definitely a lot of people had struggles with mental health, and was like, holy shit. And I think especially for like, me and you, I can kind of relate, where it's like, you kind of put your life in perspective. Like, dude, what am I doing right now? Like, I want to be able to see my son. This world is locked down. And if this is Armageddon, dude, I want to see my son.
Yeah.
I want to be around him as much as I can. So I can see now too where you're like, you're more in it now and you're doing it, and I can see that happiness it brings you, bro. I can see it on your face, bro.
Bro, the pandemic fucked me up, though. The pandemic fucked me up, bro. Like, bad. I was like in a bottle every day. Every day I was down in a bottle of Hennessy just so I could sleep, because you got to realize I've been working since I was 15 years old. Now I'm 29 and I don't have a fucking job. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And, bro, it was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. And I just felt like I felt worthless. Mm-hmm. But I think it was, the people that I had behind. I mean, like, because I even had buddies that were like, what do you mean? You want to stream and play video games? Like, you're not going to fucking make any money. Like, people aren't going to fucking watch. And I'm like, well, it's what I want to do. You know what I mean? And I think there was a lot of people at first that didn't like, that were like, okay, yeah, do this if that's what you want to do. But I think in the back of their heads, they were like, it's going to last like a couple months, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was hard, man. And I honestly think that, there was a couple of people behind me that were helping me out, like, and like, yo, you need to snap the fuck out of this shit. And honestly, like, the people in my community, man, like, I was like, I can't be sitting here fucked up every night, because I said this on stream one time. A lot of people didn't even know, because I would have like, like this bottle that I drink water out of, and it would be filled with fucking liquor, and I would just be drinking it. You know what I mean? Or like, yeah, like I'll have a couple drinks now, but I'm not like, but I would be fucked up.
It was
I would
bad.
be,
It was
bro.
bad.
I would be fucked up. And by the end of the night, I was like, there was even a couple times where I forgot to even click end stream, and I would like be in my room and sleep, and people would be texting me like, "Yo, your stream is still on," and I'm like, "Oh fuck." But yeah, it was bad, man. But then like I snapped out of it, and I realized that's not the persona. That's not who I am. It's not the persona that I want to represent. It's not, you know, like this is what I want from people. From people that I watch my stream, I want them to know that, one, that I love everybody, bro. Like I genuinely love, and I'm very thankful for everybody that watches my stream. Two, I'm fun as fuck. Like there's very little times where I get genuinely upset. Like I'll get mad at the game or whatever and rage or whatever, but that's part of the fun. But that this is who I am. Like this is who I am on and off camera. I'm the same fucking person all the time. And like if you met me in real life, I would treat you exactly how I would treat you if you were on my stream, and it's just love. Like it's just, let's be good people. I preach the same shit in real life as I do on my stream. Like this is not just a character that I am. And that's what I've noticed too, is a lot of people are like a character when they stream. Like, yeah, we have to turn it on a little bit more when I'm on stream, because I just want to be engaging the whole time. I can be fucking boring, and I can be fucking quiet sometimes, but it's very fucking rare. It's very fucking rare. Yo, Bobby with the 3,000 stars, bro. I appreciate that. Hey, I love you too, Bobby. Thank you for the 3,000, man. I appreciate that. I'm thankful.
Shout out my dude Bobby, bro. Shout out. That's big.
But yeah, I just genuinely want people to know that I love them, and I'm very thankful for everybody that's been here. I mean, when we hit 800 followers, it was like everybody, like people could just tell that I was having a good time, and I could tell that they were having a good time, and that was fun. And 800 followers doesn't seem like a lot, because it's a lot. It is a lot, but
it's a lot.
Like not compared to other people. But let's not compare to other people. Let's show what we have. And I've had people tell me that we have the best community on Facebook, which I genuinely believe. Like I love every single person that comes in here and shows their face. Even the people that don't show their face, bro. I know that there's people that lurk and just watch and don't say shit. And I'm thankful for them too. You know, like anybody that just watches me on here, like I just love them. I'm thankful for them. And that's what I want people to take away. Like, this is who I am, and I love you. Like, I thank you for being here. Thank you for being you and genuinely being here. It's hard, man. It is hard though, bro. Like keeping that balance.
When you had 0 followers. I remember when you had 0 followers. So I will never forget that for all of my days, right? And the million that somebody else might have, all that shows is opportunity. It's like, oh, they have 1 million. That's fucking cool. Well, my 800 to get to 1 million one day, then. You know what I mean?
And like I said, even if I don't hit 1 million, I don't care, dude. I want these people, like, I want people to be like, yo, did you watch Save stream last night? Yo, I was watching this streamer stream last night, and they did this, or they said this, and they were having fun doing this, and like, that's what I want. Mm-hmm. That's what I want. And I don't care if I have 830 followers for another year, I got the fucking strongest 830 followers. I'll tell you that much, bro. These motherfuckers show out. Bro, there's been times where I just fucking start the stream and these motherfuckers are donating crazy ass amount of stars because they want me to take the buttons off of my shirt or, do funny shit, bro. It's like, I just have fun, man. I just have fucking fun. But it's crazy because I went back. So the other night I came home, my power was off. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have anything to do. So I just went through all the video clips that I had in my photo library. And I went back far enough to where when I had first started streaming on Twitch. And because originally I started on Mixer on my Xbox with no face cam. Like I was just streaming. And then when I moved into my house, I started streaming on Twitch. And bro, I had an external microphone that had fucking static. It was like like it sounded fucking terrible. It sounded like, you know, like somebody was trying to call me off of a Pacific Bell fucking landline. Like it was bad. It was fucking bad, bro. And like I had no light. I had no, like, it just looked bad. But I went from that to, you know, like to where I'm at now. You know, like a PC strong enough to fucking play video games. You know, like my own art in the back, and like lighting, a good external mic. Like, you know, I went from that to this. So if I could do that in a year and a half's time, where am I going to be at a year and a half from now? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be fucking coming down off a flying chair and be like, what's up, mother? You know, like, you know, but like, no, but I mean,
oh my God,
that to me is success again, you know, like I'm putting like this mic stand alone. This is going to be a weird flex, but it's a funny story behind it. This mic stand alone, this blue compass mic stand, this shit was on back order for 2 months, and it cost me $180. And I was like, I need that fucking mic stand. I need that shit because it's like fucking state of the art and the best fucking mic stand you could possibly get, and it fits the mic that I want. And I fucking paid like express shipping, and it still took a month to get to my house. But I wanted to. Like to me, this helps the experience of the viewers, and I was like willing to do anything to fucking get it. You know what I mean? Like, still in my mind, it's more about what I produce instead of like what does it do for me. It's more about the production. You know what I mean?
You just wait till you see when I get the studio set up, bro. This shit's gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna have to make my way up there, bro.
This is gonna be crazy, and we'll do some real podcasts and get fucking drunk.
Yeah. He said we're gonna get drunk.
I'm telling you, bro, I have a wild podcast.
Punch knows I don't smoke, so that's why he said we're gonna get drunk.
Oh yeah, for sure. And you know I don't really drink like that, but hey,
I know. I probably drank with you like twice, maybe twice.
Like drank. Like,
guys, if you this is how Punch, like, this is how far back Punch and I go. We used to fucking dance in this man's garage. Yeah. We used to dance in this man's garage. Like, get off of work and go home, get changed, and meet at Punch's garage. That's what we would do. Like, I've known Corpse since before he was Corpse.
Yeah. I didn't even know what my name was. I was just Putch.
He was like, I'm Putch, what's up? And I was like, yo, you need to fucking sell cars. That's how Putch and I met. Well, no, Putch and I met because I don't think viewers know this, bro. Like, I used to dance. I mean, I still dance a little bit, you know, but so I was looking for dancers in the area that I lived in, and somebody told me to hit up Putch, and I messaged him on Facebook. And then we met up at a Little Caesars parking lot, and we drove to LA. Yep. And that's how I met him.
Yep. I was getting gas at the Chevron right there off of Gonzales and Rose.
And I lived right down the street from there, literally a block away.
Shout out 805, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, that's how we met. And we would travel. This guy and I would travel an hour and a half to LA every fucking Wednesday to go dance and watch dancers. And then him and I created a relationship, and I got him a job working at the car dealership because I was like, this guy's a good guy and he needs to make more money. And now we have a shirt together and we're sitting on a podcast.
Yeah.
Life is fucking nuts. Shows, huh? Bro, life is fucking nuts, let me tell you. Bro.
I honestly would have never ever have anticipated like just the different ventures that we all like traveled down, you know, even just everything I started doing with crumping, then eventually into clothing, and then everything that, you know, that we even did together crumping, and then, you know, you moving back to San Diego, and then, you know, still pursuing that career in the car dealership.
And the fact that you dance in the same family as one of the best crumpers on this earth. Who the fuck would have anticipated that, bro? I definitely didn't. I'll tell you that much. But once he started going that route, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a beast. And lo and behold, this motherfucker is, bro. You like, it's so crazy to me because I know you, and I just remember like I know that I could just call you or text you and we could just hang out. But the fact that there's people overseas that know who the fuck you are and watch you dance and watch your battles and shit like that shit is fucking crazy to me.
Yeah,
that shit, bro. There is so there's people that are like, I'm like, oh yeah, like I used to go to sessions with Concrete, like I danced with him, I met Eyes before, like I know LT, like I know them, like I've danced with them, I danced with Ruin, Ruin gave me some of his chicken wings one time, you know what I mean, like like I remember going to sessions with these guys. Oh, Dread, like I used to be in his fucking family, like people are like nah, and I'm like, oh really? Okay, let me pull up footage of me at the 818. Let me put a footage of me in Concrete clowning on people because Dread's fucking killing them off. Let me, you know what I mean? Like I haven't seen a Sherwin in probably like 4 years, and I guarantee you I could see him at a session or whatever, and he would remember exactly who I am. And that man meets fucking everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the crazy part is that I remember being in fucking 10th grade, 9th, 10th grade, and watching these guys fucking dance. And just thinking it was the most incredible thing, and going to a fucking session with you and fucking meeting everybody, and that was like, I was starstruck. And these guys are regular ass fucking guys that just want to dance, you know, like that. That was like a very humbling too. You know what I mean? Like, especially like meeting Chaz. Or fucking, you know, I get Concrete rode in the fucking car with me to the Oceanside, or no, where was Orange County session that where with that when that whole tight ass and prissy thing happened. Like Con was in the fucking car. Yeah, like that was fucking crazy, bro. Like this man Jordan said he remembers when people were popping in the fucking hallways.
Yeah, pop locking, homie. I'm trying to tell you, life's been a journey, dude. But fucking.
It doesn't stop either, bro.
Always like, especially like you, Bam, Felicia, Sly, Chanel, like y'all are always gonna have a special spot, bro. Because those days were wild, fam. Like there was a minute our fam, the Dreads, we were running the 818, dude, and it was like it could pop off at any time. So we had to roll up prepared, like to battle, like. And I'm just new. Like, I was just new, dude. So I was like, what the fuck is going on in this place, bro? Like, I'm still trying to understand. But it was tight. Like, we were in the trenches, and it was hostile. And it makes for a good story the next day.
Here's the story. Here's the crump story, bro. Chat, when we used to go dance, right? We would dance at this park in Los Angeles. And I think Putch and I had been going for like 2 or 3 months. And one night, there was just a shit ton of fucking people there. And the cops shut it down. And they had the fucking helicopter driving over, like flying over us because they thought we were fighting in the parking lot. And we were just fucking dancing. And that was the last time that we danced at the park. Yeah. And wound up dancing at right next to an old movie theater in a big ass parking lot.
Yeah, because we were going to go to the old Ralph spot, but then they took it to the.
Oh yeah, we left that night when the cops were there. We left to the Ralph spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
But it ended up at the theater. And I remember too because the helicopter shined its light down on Bam as Bam was getting off, dude, and we had all just got off fucking stupid, and Bam was going off stupid. It was retarded.
Yeah, that was such a fun night. I'll never forget that. I was like, "Yo, the fucking cops!" No, I remember. I have a video of this. So we used to have like this speaker. It was like probably like this big. I don't remember who used to bring it, but the music would come out of the speaker, and I remember Concrete grabbed that shit. He grabbed it and he like carried it all the way to the street and put it in the fucking street and just started going crazy in the street. And a bus was coming by and he was just like dancing right next to the fucking bus. Bro, and that was my first experience with Concrete. Like I knew who he was. Mm-hmm. And then that was the first experience that I had with him. And then it, like, over time, it got to the point where I was like, yo, Khan, I saw you at the fucking Super Bowl halftime show with Beyonce and Bruno Mars. Like, how does Beyonce look in real life? And he was like, boy, she is fine as hell, but she's a lot taller than you think she is. And I remember I asked him, I was like, yo, I didn't know you knew how to play trumpet. And for those of you guys, go back and watch the Bruno Mars and fucking Beyonce halftime show, and you can see Concrete in the back with the trumpet like this. And I was like, yo, Con, I didn't know that you knew how to fucking play the trumpet. He was like, man, that shit was fake as fuck.
God damn it. Oh, dude. Yeah, man. No one ever believed me when I tell them that story, the helicopter one. And then two, I just think it's so crazy, bro, that we were like, you know, I'm not only, I feel very privileged to have been around all you guys, right? You know, the Sherwins, the LTs, you know, all the way to you, dude, you know, Sly, everybody, bro, all the homies. Like, I'm so privileged to be amongst y'all, bro. But some of the memories we got to make, dude, some of the shit we got to witness, the battles, historic battles. Bro.
I remember when Farside became an Eyes.
Yeah.
When he fucking battled Ruin. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
Bro, there's one part that I'll never forget of that battle. And I like, the footage is fucking nuts. There's one part where Ruin is going off. And I swear it was directed to me. It might have been directed to Concrete because he was standing right next to me. But he was like going off, and somebody was like, whoa, like made a crazy ass sound. And he was like, that's crazy, right? Watch this. And he just kept going off. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Bro, man, I wish people understood Crump more. Like, I wish people, I would always tell people this. You have never experienced like what energy, like real, raw, good and bad energy feels like until you've gone to a Crump session. Like a genuine, real, like a battle is about to happen, or just people getting off. Like, you'll never feel what energy feels like, because that right there is like, not only do you get the energy from the person that's dancing, but you get and whoever's dancing, he or she gets the energy back from who's watching. You know what I mean? And that's, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about the hype at a session. It's like, you know you're getting off, but as soon as you start getting that hype, like, something overcomes you, and like you black out and you don't even know what the fuck you're doing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, something takes over you. It's fucking nuts, bro. It's fucking nuts. I
always think of it like that the circle, dude, is like a black hole almost, bro. And all the energy is just getting condensed into one spot. Like, you know what I'm saying? One little focal point. And that focal point's me. All this energy right now, it's coming right here where I'm at, and I'm going to throw it out. Boom, boom, boom. And it's just, yeah, like, dude, yeah, you got to be at a session to understand what intensity feels like. Like, you want to know what a tense room feels like? Go to a Crump session, dude. And it's just, it can be happy intense, but you just feel the electric in the air. You feel it when you walk up, and you hear it in everybody's cheers. You see it in this person's movement. You hear it in their reactions, you know, or you see him walk off and the way people are like patting him on the back and stuff. It's like, you see it. It's like, oh no, like, it's crazy right now. Like, everyone's going crazy, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, like, I don't know. Like,
and then you know that if you're next to dance, you better fucking come with it, because if not, you about to get eaten up alive.
Mm-hmm.
You're about to get eaten up alive, bro.
Mm-hmm. Dude, my thing is, and like, what I always encourage, like, I feel like, especially here in the 805, a lot of people really wait to kind of be pushed into the session, right? And it's kind of like, nah, fam. Like, I know it might seem way up there, but dude, you can go there. Like, you can get there. Like, somebody just took there. You can get there. Just trust it. Just ride that wave, dude. Like, trust that. And I don't know. I feel like if people could like kind of figure some of those type of situations out, bro, they could do a lot more just in life, bro. They wouldn't be scared to take these big risks. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be scared to start a stream or to start a fucking podcast. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I go through those experiences every time I dance. Every time I dance, I gotta say, I'm like, well, you know, it's all or nothing. You know, like, oh shit.
I hear that shit, bro. like you said, but it's you got to put it into whatever you're doing. If you want to be a fucking garbage man, fucking put your all into that shit, bro.
All or nothing.
Man, life is a trip, bro. Life is absolutely a trip. Because at 18 years old, if I would have talked to myself now, me almost 30, to my 18-year-old self, I would have thought I was fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought I was fucking stupid.
Dude, I have this guy at work, bro, right? I'm up on the roofs working, dude, right? All this shit. And he's 21, dude. And I'm just like I look at him like, oh my God, bro. Is this me at 21? Like, is this what it was, a 28-year-old talking to me at 21? Because he liked a lot of the stuff I liked, and he laughs at all my jokes. I'm like, oh, maybe you're kind of like me, you know what I mean? So if this is me at 21, I can't even picture myself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what I realized with that though, is like you want to. That's Bobby right there. This man is nuts. What I've noticed, or what I've realized, and especially right now, what I'm realizing is that you could be older and you could try and give people all the wisdom that you possibly know and have, but at times you just gotta let people go through their own experience. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like whether it be the partying or the fucking mistakes and this and that shit, like sometimes you gotta let people fall on their ass, bro. And you can try as fucking hard as you possibly want to. As hard as you want to shed all the wisdom and the experiences that you've gone through. But the issue is you're sharing the experience verbally. Like there's no action for you to show that experience. So unless they go through that experience themselves, they won't know what the fuck you're talking about. Mm. You know what I mean? So the issue, but then the issue becomes now you got to watch somebody fall on their ass, and you got to be okay with it.
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True. Shout out my dude Jonathan Garola. My dude, AC Dano, you know, that's some OG shit right there. My dude knows. Shout out my dude John.
AC. But yeah, man, the experience part is the biggest part, and it took me a long time because I always try and shed light on experiences that I've had or like where I went wrong, and I'm like, yo, you can't do that shit because. Like look where I ended up, or the experience that I had with somebody else. Like look where they ended up. You don't want to do that shit. Like you don't want to go down that path. But people can only listen for so long, and they have to go through that experience in order to really understand. And then they can be like, oh shit, this is what he was talking about, or this, you know what I mean? Now I understand. But like I said, the hardest part is being that person that's trying to show that wisdom or that experience, and then having to watch somebody fall on their ass. That's the hardest fucking part. But you have to be okay with it.
Yeah, it's always, I think it falls into one of those things where it's like the hardest thing you've ever been through is the hardest thing you've ever been through. You know what I'm saying? And like hearing somebody else's thing is like, sure, you know, they can share that with you, but you don't fucking get it until you go through it, or you go through the next worst thing you've ever been through. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes for some people, you know, yeah, you just gotta like, all right, man, like, you know, you're gonna make these choices, okay, like, all right, cool, or you're gonna do this, or you want to do that, or not do this, or not do that, like, okay, you know. And sometimes it is, and you know what, bro, especially being a parent, dog, it's like, little homie, I'm telling you, don't do it.
You're gonna fucking bust your ass, little homie. You know, but the biggest thing that you have to remember from that too is not being the I told you so guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You have to, because if you're close enough with somebody that they're willing to listen to your wisdom and willing to listen to your experiences, they're gonna come back to you and tell you like, yo, I fucked up, or yo, I did this, or yo, I did that, and you can't be like, yo, I told you so. You know, like you have to be nourishing and still encouraging and be like, yo, you fucked up, but how are you gonna fix it? Let's fix it. Let's figure out how to fix it together, or you know, like. Just spit however you're feeling. What are you gonna do? You know, like that. There's so much, bro. Is the balance of having, because you can't be happy in this life without other people. Like I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You can't. Like you have to have good people around you. But the balance between your relationship with yourself and your relationship with other people, whether it be, you know, like a partnership relationship or friendship or whatever the case may be. It just has to be, there has to be a lot of communication. There has to be a lot of understanding on why you move the way you move, why they move the way that they move. And you're absolutely right, Avo. Like, that's learning how to be a father. I think that's a huge thing. Like, I think that's a lot of the reason that I think the way that I do now is because, you know, like, why, like, where did that action or where did that behavior come from? And especially with being a father, is like, did that action or behavior come from me? And if it did, what was I doing at that time? Where did, like, why was that action shown? And then you try and mirror it. Why was that action shown back to me? Because kids are fucking sponges. They, you know, like, if they see something and they react because you reacted that way when you saw that same thing. You know what I mean? So it's like, now you have to go back and be like, yo, why? So why did, you know, why was that reaction given, and what did I do to give that reaction? Because the same goes back with relationships, right? Whether, like I said, whether it's a partnership or whether it's a friendship. So if you acted that way towards me, did I do something for you? You like, it's always got to, you know, you got to find the foundation for it, and you got to find the cause for it, because it happened for a reason. And that's where communication comes in. Yo, why? Like, if like, say something went south between me and you, or you and I'd be like, yo, like, what the fuck happened? You know, like, let's talk about it. What, like, why? Where does it stem from? And let's fix that. But let's try and cut it off before it gets too crazy. But where did the negativity stem from? And let's fix that. Once we fix that, then we're straight. You know what I mean? Now we know this is where it came from. We cannot repeat this action. Or if the action is repeated, now we know how to handle it.
Yes.
And it goes back. That goes back to parenthood too, bro.
Yeah. See, and dude, and even like with Elijah, I ask him, bro, like, why would you speak? Like, dude, if he says some crazy shit to me, it's like, I'll get down and I'll just look at him like, son, why would you speak to me this way? Why? Like, what is going on, bud? Like, talk to me. Oh, you know, and dude, he'll tell me, I'm just frustrated. Like, okay, well, what are you frustrated about? Like, and dude, that should be dude, I've had people tell me, like, dude, you talk to him like he's one of your homeboys. I'm like, because he is. Like, you know, because he is a little, he's just little as all. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a homie, he's chilling. Like, shit. Like, you should be able to talk to your homies like that, too. Like, you know, even, like, kids, bro. Like, I watch kids, and I'm like, they work shit out so easily. You know what I mean? And they offend each other, too. You know, in their own little world, like, they're offended, too. So it's like, well, us as men, like, yeah, okay, you may have offended me by something, like, so why can't we still have that type of communication level where it's like, okay, like, well, let's talk about it then. Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, what's up? Like, what's eating your grape, dog? Like, what you tripping on? You know?
Well, the biggest thing about that, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, it's just like, you know, and I just don't get why, like, where is that missing? I don't know, like, why we're either so prideful or we just don't want to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it too easy to just be like, nah, I'm not going to deal with this shit?
Well, I read something today, and it was kind of dope, where we create realities, like, we create and make things reality, right? Like, I remember a while back, I was watching this podcast, and this gentleman was talking about fear. And this, I'll tie it all together here in a second. But he was talking about fear and how we fear things because we've never experienced them. Everything that we fear, things that we fear, we've never experienced. And we create our own fears in our head. Like, think about it. If you're scared of skydiving, if you're genuinely scared of skydiving, you've probably never skydived before in your life. And you're creating all these events that could happen or will happen or whatever the case may be in your head because you go skydiving. But until you go skydiving, you won't know if you're genuinely scared of it or not because you created that own fear in your head. So when it comes to issues, the issue might not even be a fucking issue. It's just the way that you perceived it and you made it reality. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, like, I could say something about, like, yo, this is simple and stupid, but I could be like, yo, Putch, like, I don't like your nose ring. And you could be like, oh, well, fuck. He thinks, like, I'm fucking stupid for getting a nose ring, and he probably thinks I'm gay because I have a nose ring, or blah, 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 blah. And all it could be was, I'd be like, yo, I think you should have got it on the other side instead of the side that you got it on. But since I didn't finish what I said and I just said, yo, I don't like your nose ring, you immediately start creating problems in your head and make that reality. And now you have an issue with me because you don't know what my intent was, why I said the things that I said. You see what I'm saying? Like, we create issues and we create fears and make them reality in our heads. When, as a father, you know this, especially with your son being so young and you watching him grow, all kids know until they're taught is happiness and love. That's it. They don't know anything else until you teach it to them, or until they hear you say like, "Oh, I don't like this," and then they're like, "Oh no, I don't like that either." You know what I mean? Until they experience, like my son, he doesn't like chicken or whatever. You know, like he'll eat it and be like, "No, I don't like this," because he experienced it and it was actual reality. Instead of hearing me say, "I don't like chicken," and then he says, "Oh, I don't like chicken either," because he made that a reality. You see what I'm saying? So that's another huge issue that we have. And the thing that fixes that is communication. Because until it's verbally said and talked about, it's not reality. You're making your own fucking reality. It's fucking insane, bro. It's so insane.
It's almost like a speaking into existence type of thing. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's a speaking into existence, but it now it involves two parties: yourself, the speaker, and the person listening. But the other issue is, Kelly with the like, thank you. The other issue is the other person has to be willing to actually listen. Actually listen. Don't hear the things that I'm saying. Don't hear, and as soon as you hear something, immediately have a rebuttal or a response in your head.
I got it. Yeah.
And then you don't hear the rest of the shit that I said, because then more issues come, because all you did was listen to that one part. You stopped there, you had a rebuttal, and now you didn't listen to my explanation at the end. So learning those things, learning that type of behavior can fix so much in your life, bro. It genuinely can. It's so insane, bro. Like,
that's one thing podcasts have taught me is like trying, like, especially with people who want to get into like, you know, more like dude, I had Goliath on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he was telling these stories about like way back in the day. And I was like, just listening. And I know there was times he was like kind of looking at me and was like kind of probably wondering if I was still home. And it's like, oh, I'm here. I'm just listening to you. Like, I have a list of shit I'm going to ask about this story already, but I just want to hear this whole story. Like, I want to hear this whole thing into its completeness. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to miss not a single fucking drop, dude. Like, not one thing, because there's so much coming out, dude. You know what I mean? And I feel like, I feel like really communication levels, I don't know. Like, I don't feel like it's getting any, I feel like it has gotten better a little bit, right? I feel like people are getting into more communication, like understanding that communication sucks in our society. So I think like the proper notion of repairing it is there. But it sucks.
Yeah, but the other thing about that was like the community that not the community, but like generation that we're in right now is I think, me personally, from what I've seen, what I've experienced, I think now the generation that we live in, even if you just try and have a conversation with somebody, they immediately try and find the negative in that. They immediately try and find the rebuttal. They immediately try and find, Cherry, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. They genuinely try and find the negative to create an argument, to maybe not necessarily to see how you would react, but maybe to see how they react in a selfish matter. You know what I mean? Like, how am I going to handle this type of altercation? Raina with the like, Cherry with the like. Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah, that is interesting. Because that also kind of goes back to that whole like, because it's like those backhanded compliments of like, oh, so how's your little clothing brand doing? How's your little stream doing? Like, whoa, motherfucker, this thing ain't little. Like, it might look little, but if you could see it inside my head where I see it, this thing's massive. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, player. Like, you're behind. Like,
but identifying that is important as fuck. So you have to you identify the how can I say this? the intention. Identify the intention. And then it's how you react that's important, right? Because if somebody came up to me and was like, yo, how's your little stream going? Immediately, as a person, I'm gonna be like, yo, fuck you. Like, what you mean my little stream? Like, my shit, I'm successful. I'm loving what I fucking do. Like, that's my immediate reaction, right? But it's me who can cause how that conversation goes. And I'd be like, yo, it's going great. Let me tell you about this, Like, let me tell you about what the fuck I'm doing. Like, it could seem like a flex. It could seem like you're, kind of shitting on them. But, I mean, I guess sometimes you have to do that. Like I
always ask him, like, oh, have you seen? Oh, it's doing good. Have you seen? Have you seen? Have you seen? Have you seen the new drop? Have you seen the new release? Have you seen the new release? Have you seen this? Did you see that? Did you see where we're at?
But you have to do it from. You still have to do it from a humbling and loving, like, place. You can't just be like, yo, I'm about to shit on you, because we could easily do that, right? I could easily shit on people that are like, yo, how's your little stream? Oh, great. Look at all these fucking people that are in here commenting and fucking donating stars and leaving likes and listening and doing all this shit. Yeah, it's fucking going great, motherfucker. What the fuck are you doing at your fucking lazy ass 9 to 5? I could easily fucking do that. Easily. But I'm like, yo, it's great, man. I got people that love me, that are in my community. Like, I'm playing video games. I love it. I love it. What the fuck's going on with you? Like,
I'm just a piece of shit, dude.
I'm a fucking nobody that fucking streams and people want to fucking be in here. But that's what I mean, right? It's always there for every action there's a reaction. And if you have the responsibility for the reaction, the rest of how that relationship or that conversation is based off of you and how are you going to handle it. That's what I've been thinking about a lot lately. Because there's times where I'll talk to somebody and get into a fight with them or blah, 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 like shit of that nature. And I'm like, yo, this shit could stop right here with me. And this doesn't need to go on any further. Let's just handle it. And it goes back based off of communication.
I enjoy that too. I enjoy being the dead end. Like that, like a situation, like something that could be maybe not even something with me, but I could be the mediator. And it's like, yo, dog, I'm putting a fucking end to this. Like, this situation's coming to an end, and I do get a great sense of just like I don't even know, like good karma, dude. Like, I just feel like that's a very good karmatic credit, dude.
Okay, all right. So I just talked about this the other night. I think I was talking to Trey about this. My boy Trey. Karma is a weird thing because karma, the way a lot of people view karma. We're getting into some deep shit, bro. The way karma is perceived is you do good upon somebody, good will come back to you. You do bad upon somebody, bad will come back onto you. And I feel like that is a negative connotation about karma. Because if I'm going through a shitty day, or a bunch of shit things are happening to me, I'm like, fuck, I'm putting out negative fucking vibes in the world. I'm doing bad things. I'm fucking people are like, oh, I'm doing shitty things. What am I doing shitty in my life? What? And even if you're genuinely not doing bad things in your life, right? Like, I feel like I'm a good person. I feel like I genuinely have everybody's best interest in my life, and I get a bunch of fucking money taken out of my bank account, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck did I do? Who did I fuck over? What bad did I put into the world for this to happen to me? That's why karma has a negative connotation, right? But then on the flip side, you're like going through a shitty day or all these bad things are happening. You're like, I got to start doing good for other people. But the only reason that you're doing good for other people is because bad things are happening to you. So you're living your life based off of karma. When you should be doing good for unto people no matter what. And that's another thing that I was talking about is that, bro, the other day I was at the liquor store or the convenience store or whatever, and some dude with a gold chain on and like with his girl was like, yo, do you have $1 that I could bum off you, blah, blah, blah. And I handed him $5, and I said out loud, I was like, that dude must be down bad for having a gold chain on with his girl and asking people for money.
Yeah.
But it's none of my business, and I gave him $5 out of the kindness of my heart because I don't know what he's going through. Nobody knows what we're going through, right? That people only know what we tell them.
Mm-hmm.
But I could have been that same fucking guy that takes my fucking phone out, records on Instagram, yo, look at me, I'm giving this dude $5, and I'm being a good fucking person. Does karma affect those people? Does karma affect the people that want to show out and show that they're only doing good for the recognition that they get back? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So if you're genuinely a good person and you always do good, always, no matter what, even if somebody's doing bad unto you, you do good, then I believe that's where karma comes from. And I don't believe karma is a negative thing. Like, I don't believe you do bad unto somebody, negative comes back to you. Genuinely, I don't believe that. I believe karma is like in the same sense of like, if you don't sin, you go to heaven type of aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that you should always be good no matter what. Like, I don't believe that you should be good because karma is going to be good back to you, or karma, like bad things are happening, so you have to start doing good. Because once those things start doing good, then you forget about karma, and then you're like, fuck it, and then you go do something else, and then bad things start to happen to you again. You know what I mean? Like, you should be good no matter what. Like, you should genuinely love people and show love no matter what.
For sure. Right? Like, I think of it like I have a. Hey, your mic is up. I think your mic is up, Brody.
Yeah, it went out. I was saying thank you to the chat. I just didn't want to like interrupt while you were saying what. Like, I'm still listening to you, but I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh,
no, Cherry, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. Thank you for the 170. I thank you, Bobby. Thank you for bringing Cherry in here. James, thank you for bringing Cherry in here. I appreciate it, Cherry. I'm gonna definitely check out your stream. Thank you. Good night. Have a great night. I hope you had a great stream. All right, go ahead, bro.
I just think of like now how I think of karma. Is that karma is just it's all these deeds we do in the world, right? And the things that the way that we make people feel, right? The way that we may offend somebody or offend whatever, right? There's no way of escaping bad karma, and there's no way of escaping good karma either, right? So all I try to think of now is, how do I maximize the perpetuation of good karmatic acts? How do I maximize that? And how do I minimize my acts, you know what I'm saying, of bad karmatic value? Because in the end, there's got to be some debt paid. I just have this belief that everyone has a debt when you go to the other side. Like, there's this, you know, you're not a perfect person. There's no perfect people in the world. You know, everyone makes mistakes. You will always offend somebody. That's why, like, the whole thing of like, yeah, like the do good, I'm gonna do good because I want good karma. You know, I don't really think it works that way, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
you do good shit because you should do good shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when we hit the dirt, like, we all have done bad stuff, dude. So how about we start kind of like making up for that and just maximize? How do we maximize this and minimize the bad shit we do? You know, but everything I say, you know, there's gonna be stuff on here I say people are gonna get pissed off or whatever.
Trust me, bro. I'm 100% with you on that one.
Yeah, like, you know, I can't help that. I'm sorry. You know, I am sorry. But the other 99.9% of this is meant to help somebody or inspire them. So I really don't know what to tell you, dude. Like, I'm really sorry. Really fucking sorry.
Here's the thing is, what are you sorry for? Are you sorry for saying something offensive, or are you just sorry because it offended somebody else? That's a huge thing, bro. Like, I've thought about that a lot too. It's like, am I sorry for the words that I said, or am I sorry because it offended somebody?
I'm sorry that it offended them, because my words, maybe if I had chose different words, maybe they would have understood what I was saying. So is it maybe a language barrier that we have that you're not understanding what I'm trying to say? Or maybe it's my point of view. You know, I don't want my point of view to offend somebody, and it's not going to, I'm most sorry because my point of view won't change just because it offended you. Because I wouldn't want
that's a good value.
Yeah, you know, because dude, me and you have different opinions on shit. You know what I'm saying? And we've had our debates. And it's like, if you can't value somebody's opinion and still maintain your own, like, what is the world? Like, it's all,
why be friends?
Why even? You should have people in your life who want like-minded shit, but think differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all want to do certain things. We all want, like, but you should all behave differently. You should all behave and carry different mindsets into that same path. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's 100% okay to disagree on shit. 100%. You should disagree, because then that's how conversation comes about. And maybe, just maybe, you could change somebody's mind about how they view things and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, it's okay to be like, yo, you view things this way and I view it this way, but that doesn't change who we are. Like, it doesn't change the fact that I still am your friend. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge issue, especially nowadays. Right now, I've seen it a lot with, like, not to get too much into it, but I've seen it now with, like, politics. Like, I've seen people be like, oh, if you represent this person, like, you can't even be my friend anymore. Like, I feel like that's bullshit. Like, it's ended like 10 plus year relationships with people. And I'm like, what? Like, just have a conversation about it and be like, understand why they are okay with this path. Or, like, just because, like, if you say you hated blue, or I'm wearing a red hat, if you say you hated red, I'd be like, fuck you. I can't be friends with you because you say you hate the color red, and I love the color red. That's what it is. But then I'd be like, but as a genuine, like, caring person, I'd be like, yo, like, what is it about red that you dislike? What is it, like, why do you, like, understanding, you know what I mean? Like, why is it that you feel this way? Let me understand. Okay, great. That's why you feel that way. That's why you understand. Okay, I love red, and I can get behind the fact that I love red, but I also can get behind the fact of why you don't like red, because now I understand your aspect. You know what I mean? Like, that's the issue. And again, it comes back to communication. Like, people do not communicate anymore. They immediately hear one thing, they're like, fuck you, I can't fuck with you because you feel this way. And you're like, that's it? Yeah. That's why you don't fuck with me anymore? Because I said this? Why don't you understand why I feel that way? Like, why? You're my friend. Get to know why I feel that way. Have a conversation with me.
Because it's against the status quo. And I feel like everyone... Like, I feel like it started off with just, like, the whole, like, social media echo chambers type of thing, where everyone just agreed on everything and everyone liked all the same 5 things. And then it turned into, we will get you fucking canceled, your job, your bookings, or this. Some of it justly so, some of it not so justly so. And some of it is just simply based on the idea that we're not supposed to have different ideas. That just because you believe in something, you and your group of friends believe in something, means that I can't believe in what I believe in.
They say it's wrong. You know what I mean? Like, why? Because we believe different things. It doesn't mean I'm wrong. It doesn't mean you're wrong either. We could both be right. Because, again, we live in our own realities. I have to be buried in my casket by myself at the end of the day.
Exactly. And dude, honestly, my thing is this, is 99% of our life, we're not really interacting with people that much. So your political beliefs or your religious beliefs or who you want to have sex with doesn't really affect my life like that. So I really don't care what you do. Just leave me out of it.
Well, okay, wait, hold on. I do care what you do because I want you to be happy in that sense. So I do care, but it doesn't concern me.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that goes back to how you talk to people or what you say. But, well, real quick, let me just address this because Abel said that's why he has a rule to not put himself in a vacuum of the same opinions. That's great. That's a fucking good thing because people that have different opinions can talk, they can debate, and they can still be friends and be like, yo, my outlook on this is now different because my friend has this outlook, or, like their outlook is different because, but let's still be boys. Let's like still break bread at the end of the day. But that's fucking important. Like I have a friend who has the complete opposite political beliefs that I do. And when something happens in the media or something happens in politics, we call each other and we're like, yo, let's debate about this. And we've been doing this for fucking years. And that's still my boy. Like, I can still call him right now and be like, yo, I need a fucking ride to so-and-so. And he'd be like, all right, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking important. But going back to what you just said is like I don't care, right? Something that I've learned in the past year, or I would say 6 months, something that I learned in the past 6 months is it's about how you say things sometimes. And granted, we don't always say things the way we're supposed to, right? And that's what offends people, is that sometimes we say things and like you said, the way it comes off could be perceived different, right? Like if somebody heard you say you can sleep whoever you want with, you can have whatever religion you want with, you can have this, whatever you want with, but I don't care. Somebody could perceive that as you genuinely don't give a fuck. But I know you, and I know what you mean is like it doesn't affect you. So that's why you're not going to put a bunch of effort out to be like, yo, you're homosexual, or you're non-binary, or you're Christian, or you're this, or you're Republican, blah, 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 blah. Like that, it doesn't bother me that you're that way. Like, I'm still going to be your friends. That's how I know you're saying it. But to somebody else, they could be like, oh, he doesn't give a fuck about me anymore because I'm gay or because of this, right? And that's why if somebody says something offensive, or somebody says something that you don't like, or whatever the case may be, you got to be like, yo, like we either pull them to the side, or whatever the fucking case may be, like, yo, you, like, honestly, you can't, like, not that you can't is such a bad way to put it, or like, yo, you offended me when you said this. Can you elaborate and tell me what you meant about that? And then in that case, if they're like, yo, I don't give a fuck about any of that shit, like it's a stupid thing for me to care about, then okay, then you could be offended. But give somebody the chance to be like, yo, this is what I meant by what I said. Or if you're like, you know, like if you're the one doing the offensive, or if you're the one that's offended, be like, yo, what did you mean when you said that? Like, communicate and actually break down the point of, like I said earlier, like if we have a disagreement, let's get to the stem of it. Let's get to the foundation of where the disagreement came from, because it could all just be a fucking misunderstanding. Mm-hmm. A lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements are all based off misunderstanding because of the way that you said something, or because of the way that somebody perceives something, and it was genuinely not meant to be perceived that way, or not meant to say that way. But sometimes you're just so caught up in the heat of discussion that you just say something and you didn't mean it that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Dude, there's a lot huge. Of people, bro, where I'm like, I have with a lot of it, I have reached a part where it's like, dude, that whole facet of your life, I don't like. There's people, bro, who've came out like gay to me, right? And I'm like, dude, you think I give a fuck about any of that? Like, why are you telling me this right now? Like, are you just telling me to tell me, or are you telling me because you're expecting me to do something right now?
Yeah, like, yeah, a lot of people expect that reaction, right? They're like, oh, well, a lot of people expect a negative reaction.
Yeah, but it's like, that's when I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, rah, like, you know what I mean? I don't know what you want me to fucking tell you. Whatever, you like who you like, okay? Who cares? I don't like who, like, am I like, because if you're asking me, from me to you, I don't care. Okay, yeah. Have fun, right? And with a lot of it, dude, like, I don't even know why people think it's so important to fucking disclose their political beliefs or their fucking sexual orientation. Why is that such a... I don't know why that's so important to tell people.
Yeah, I don't know why that became a thing.
I don't know where that happened. Dude, Twitter asked for pronouns.
Yeah, that whole situation. I'd rather not talk about that on the internet. Yeah, because I could get into a huge thing about it, and it's just, I agree. I will say this. I agree with you. Like, I don't think that should be as big of an important thing as it is right now. And let's just say this. Say your pronouns were different than he or she, or he or him, right? Mm-hmm. The he or him. If I said something wrong to you, it shouldn't be a means for you to attack me. That's the way this is all I'm going to say about this. So please try not to elaborate, because I don't want to do this on the internet, but I just feel like it's not a means to be attacked.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, it should be a sit down conversation of, hey, whatever you said offended me, or whatever you said can you elaborate more on what your view is on it? Let's have a conversation about it, and then let's push it to the side and get on with the rest of our day. That's the way I look at it. And that's the issue with the society that we live in right now, is that that's not the thing. It goes back to what you said about being canceled. It goes back to what you said about, like, because that's really affecting people's pockets. It's really affecting people's means of living. It's a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, and it, in my opinion, it shouldn't be. In my opinion, it shouldn't be.
There needs to be more space for more people to be able to live, like whatever level they're at. You should be able to live and voice your opinion, and as long as you're not hurting people or inciting violence or
hurting people physically, because now hurting people mentally and emotionally is a thing. That's another part of it. Is, do we take that into consideration?
Some of it, yeah. I mean, if I was on here fucking going crazy, like, you know, like a fucking Nazi rally, that's one thing. You're not only saying hurtful stuff to a broad area.
So you mean like maliciously attacking somebody verbally and physically?
Yeah. Because I feel like if what I say on my podcast doesn't align with what you believe in, that's fine, right? And if it offends you, I respect your opinion and I respect your beliefs. But you shouldn't be able to fill out a waiver and have my podcast taken down, is what I feel. You know, just change the fucking channel, right? Like, yeah,
that's a big thing too. It's like you, as much as you and I have the right to pretty much talk about whatever we can talk, whatever we want to talk about, that meets the terms of services of our applications that we're talking on.
Mm-hmm.
Because one person got hurt listening to what we said, I agree with that. I do agree with that, because I feel like we're not maliciously verbally attacking or saying go and fucking hunt these people. You know, like we're not doing that. I do agree with that. But I also agree with the fact that it can hurt people. Like, it can. And I agree with that fact. I don't agree with the action. Like, I don't agree with the fact that we can get taken down because of what we're saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it hurt one person. And I don't agree with the fact that that group of people should immediately also attack us because of how we feel. You know what I mean? Like, let's sit down and have a conversation. Invite them on the podcast. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, that should be the action, as opposed to, hey, let's take down this person's podcast and what they love to do for a living. The reaction should be, okay, let's sit down with this person on the podcast and have a conversation about it.
Yeah, because I just want to be able, like, even for me, right? If I ever said something really wild that really offended some people, and I didn't realize it, right? Like, because, dude, I'm fucking high half the time. I'm like, you know, so it's like, dude, you know? So it's like, if I said something that hurt somebody's feelings, it's like, okay, like, just tell me. And, you know, if I vibe with it, I'll apologize.
Yeah,
dude.
but here's the thing, Putch. It's that people could say, you're using that shit as an excuse. You use the fact that you were high as an excuse. That's what I mean. Me personally, as like a negotiator and somebody that likes to debate, that's what I would have said. I would have been like, yo, so you said on the podcast that you're normally high some of the time, so the things that you said should be X'd out because of the fact that you were high. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it becomes an attack. It becomes like I fucking listened to everything that you were saying, and I'm gonna take the one thing where you were at fault, because you didn't have to be fucking high. I didn't have to be drinking while we were doing this, but I'm going to take that one thing and I'm going to use it against you. So you were high. So just because you were high, that was the excuse on the fact that you did this. You said it. You said it. You said that you were high. And that's the reason that sometimes you say things that you didn't mean to say. So who's at fault? Me, because of the fact that I feel the way that I feel, or you because you were under the influence and now you want to use that as an excuse?
You, because you're listening to somebody who's under the influence on your fucking spare time.
All right, so Trey said people are so quick to get offended and not explain their views anymore. Very few people care to explain or accept other people's perspectives. Sad truth. It absolutely is, bro. It absolutely is. Like, I I have to listen to you complain about something that I said because that's your perspective. But can I rebuttal? Can I come back and say what my perspective is and why I said those things? If I said that I fucking hate fried chicken, people would come after me.
How fucking dare
But
you.
why do I hate fried chicken? Because maybe I have like a fucking high cholesterol or something. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe I'm allergic to fucking flour and I can't eat that shit. And I hate the fact that I can't eat fried chicken because it's so good, but I can't eat it because I'm allergic to flour. You see what I'm saying? Like that would be my explanation, and I would get canceled because I said that I hate fried chicken.
I think a lot of people, man, have a really hard issue with explaining their beliefs, right? Like they may have these certain like feelings and this like all this stuff, but it's like, well, why do you feel that way? Well, because this. It's like, well, do you know why I feel this way? And it's like, I feel that conversation is the one that they're trying to avoid because they feel that maybe theirs isn't deep rooted enough.
No. Okay. Yes. But at the same time, no, because they may only believe that. A lot of things that people fear nowadays is because they can't be themselves. You can't be yourself, right? Like because of social media or because you're an influencer or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You can't be yourself because if you're yourself, then somebody's going to judge you, even your friends, right? So that's where that fear comes into. But you created that fear because you weren't really yourself the whole time. You weren't really who you were, and you became somebody that you weren't. So when you try and explain your beliefs or explain why you like certain things that you like, you can't. But it's because you only followed the direction of what we've been given. I mean, think about it. I could sit here on my phone for 3 fucking hours, go through Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever the fuck the case may be, and I see all the things that I should be. The things that I should be. But why should I be those things? Why do we become the people that we become? Is because we're a product of our environment. We want to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked. Everybody wants
to be a part of the tribe.
Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants recognition. Everybody wants some type of love in their life. And the only way that we can get those things is based off of what we see. If we see people getting love, if we see people getting recognition because of these certain things, we try and become that. Mm-hmm. And that's why I say we as a society, not you and I, but that's why we become these things and we can't explain why we like or why we move the way we move, because you don't want to be like, oh, well, I saw so-and-so do it on Instagram, or I saw so-and-so do it on here and they got 1 million fucking views and 1 million likes, that I want to be that because I want 1 million likes. It goes based off of now, not off of love and actually hearing recognition from other people because we are who we are. It goes based off of, I want 1,000, I want 10,000, I want 1 million fucking likes on Instagram. That's the recognition that we want. Whereas I guarantee you 99% of those people, 99.9% of those people, if you hit 1 million likes, you don't even fucking know them. Mm-hmm. So what the fuck does it matter? I was just talking about on stream the other day that, I do view myself as an internet personality. I do view myself as an influencer. And as a content creator, I do. And my downfall I feel like my downfall a lot of the time is that I'm not active on social media. Like I post shit on my stories and shit like that, but I don't post on my TikTok. I don't really post on my Facebook. The last time I posted on my Instagram before I hit 800 followers was like in October. But it's because I don't want to be that, hey, look at me guy. Even it sounds weird because I'm on the internet, like, hey, look at me, I'm playing video games type of shit. But I don't get satisfaction off of hitting 100 likes. I don't get satisfaction from that. I get satisfaction from people talking to me in my chat and engaging. Yes, but that part of me is disconnected. Like I'm not trying to post my whole fucking life on Instagram because I want somebody to fucking hit 1,000 likes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I understand that is where our society is right now. And it's fucking sad, bro. It's sad. It really is. But as influencers, like especially you, like it's huge for you to hit 1,000 likes on your post because you're offering a product, right? Like you're giving that. But the way that you look at your shop Instagram as opposed to your actual Instagram, like your personal Instagram account, are probably completely different.
Oh yeah,
because you know what I mean? Because those are two different entities. It's just, it's hard to keep an actual like real life reality balance when you have social media that is so high these days. I mean, I think about it, like these Instagram models and things of that nature. Like people go crazy when they fucking meet them, but what are they actually famous for? What are they famous for? For having a nice ass?
I'm out here in the motherfucking field. You feel me? I'm out here battling, and all they're doing is taking pictures in sweatpants, and I just don't get it. I mean, one of God's chosen ones, you know, they look good. You have good DNA, good genes. Great. God bless you, honey. You go to the gym. Love it. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, when you really boil it down, it's like, what are they doing? You know, why is this society this way?
Yeah, like, what have you given? What have you done for humanity? What like, did you change somebody's life in a positive way? Now you have. That's why ass shots are such a huge thing. That's why fucking boob jobs are such a huge thing. You know, like that's why. Like it's just to me, that's a negative. Like you're creating negative. It's good for you, good for yourself, good for your brand, good for whatever you're trying to do for yourself. But
big picture?
Yeah, like what is the big picture? Are you actually changing the world? Like, are you actually changing the way of someone's thinking in a positive way? Not in fucking. Hold on, real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on. I had to go pee real quick.
Well, while I got you guys here, yeah, if y'all really fuck with me the long way, y'all are gonna fuck with Save, dude. I don't know if y'all can hear me still on his stream, but y'all are gonna fuck with him, dude. He is such a good guy. He really helped get me through some of the hardest times of my life. Yeah, y'all need to understand that this is a good guy that y'all are fucking with. So please share it. Just share the stream. Just keep sharing it. Let's keep sharing it. Let's just keep sharing it. Appreciate you guys. Keep taking care of my boy. While it's in the smoking section.
All right, so Chad, yo, give it up. I made it an hour and 40 minutes before I had to pee. Yo, there's like this thing in my chat where they always give me a hard time because I go pee like every 15 minutes. Chat, it took me an hour and 40 minutes to go pee, just saying. All right, let me read this comment real quick. Kevin says, society has become more focused on being accepted by others than accepting themselves. Plain and simple, you can't grow and love others until you love yourself and appreciate the hard work you put into your life. Plain and simple. That's facts, man. I mean, that's something that we were talking about earlier, Kevin. I don't know if you were in here, but we were talking about and then Trey said, and then they wonder why body shaming and bullying is such a thing nowadays. There are real issues happening that are being swept under the rug, while other issues are going over news channels. The body shaming thing, I choose not to touch on that on the internet just because I don't want to get canceled and I don't want to break terms of services of Facebook and shit like that. But that's a huge issue that I don't want to get into. But yeah, Kev, like that's a huge thing. And we were talking about how do you measure success? Because some people choose to measure success based on Instagram likes, and some people choose to measure success off financial gain and financial freedom, and some people base their success off happiness. And I mean, it's all at the end of the day, it's all how we want to live our lives, right? Like if you want to be an Instagram model and show your ass and have an OnlyFans and do shit like that, more power to you. But the way I look at it is, what have you provided? What have you provided mentally for people? Because I could go and say, oh, you're this good looking girl and you started OnlyFans. So, you know, now the people that follow you and look up to you, they want to start an OnlyFans too. And then I could say, well, now you're putting your body all over the internet, technically selling your fucking body, right? But me personally, I could say that's a negative thing. I truly believe that's a negative thing. But then there's others that believe, it's your body, it's how like it's what you worked hard for and this and that and blah blah blah. So if you want to sell that, then more power to you. Great. Me personally, I believe. Kevin says I want to OnlyFans. Success is becoming an example and not a statistic, in my opinion. Yeah, but that can go two ways, right? Because you could say that. Let me just spin it this way. You could say that. Sorry, Pudge. I don't mean to like not talk to you directly, but I'm talking to both of you. This man said feet pics for days. Success is becoming an example and not a statistic, in my opinion. Okay, here's how I look at that statement. Is that say you're Elon Musk, right? You did become a statistic because you're at the 1% of people that have that. It's 0.5% of people that have that type of money. So is he successful because he has that type of money, or is he unsuccessful because he is a statistic? You will always become a statistic no matter what, in my opinion. Because the way I look at it, I'm in the bottom fucking 90 percentile of Facebook. I'm a statistic. Do I believe that I'm successful on Facebook? Absolutely, because I have people watching. You see what I'm saying?
But there's also the guy, right, that is successful that does not partake in any of it. He's the bus driver that picks up the kids and drops them off. He goes home and he's happy with his wife and his kids, and he's not a statistic at all.
So how is success measured? That is a thing. That is always the main question, because in my belief it's measured personally throughout every single person. But we need to get it out of our heads that we measure our success based on other people or what we see from other people. Mm-hmm. Because I could see a motherfucker
just, like, compared your measure of success, the things you have in your life will not.
Hold on real quick. Musk was a bad example because he is living his dream and like living his goals. I was just using his name because he's in the high. I meant it in a different way. I just meant it because of his money. That's all. That's all I meant. You can say Jeff Bezos too, that he's successful because he's about to fly to outer space, and something that him and his brother wanted to do. I just meant him. Like, I just meant statistically wise. That's not what I meant. Talking from backgrounds, breaking free from substandard childhoods, and realizing there's more out there than what's shown growing up. Okay, that makes more sense. You mean like a statistic as far as in not ending up in jail, not ending up dead, not ending up a drug addict. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Listen, dude, I'm gonna have to use the restroom right now.
Go ahead.
It's gonna take me longer than a few seconds.
Go ahead. I'll talk to. If you want to stay on and you want to keep talking, I'll stay here and talk to chat. But if you want to do a different time, we can reschedule. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think we bring this one. I think we're gonna have to bring this one back for a part 3, boy. Because I ate some McDonald's, dude, before the stream, and now.
Hey, you fucking up, bro. This man, we're right in the muck of fucking the conversation. This man wants to get off stream.
I know. I'm so sorry, but
no, you're good, bro.
So when we log off, are you gonna stay live with your peoples?
Yeah, I'll probably play video games right now if I can get my camera to work.
Yeah, if anything, I'll hop in there and fucking talk with you guys in there and shit and fucking chit chat.
For sure, bro.
But dude, man, Cisco, bro, I love you, bro.
Hey, I love you too, brother.
I'm fucking happy, dude. I'm so happy for you, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm happy for you too, and we're gonna get this other collab going.
Yeah. We'll tap in, but let me go handle this. I fucking love you,
bro.
I love everybody. Love you guys. Stay motivated out there. Till next time. Bang, bang, bang.
All right, bro. Bang, bro.